Good morning, guys. So if you can see behind me, we are in the suburbs. We are over on the East Coast right now visiting some family before a few very big trips. It's been nice to be back in a familiar place where we know where everything is, we know people, but we actually have so much to get done in the next few weeks until we take this very big trip, which more on that a little bit later in the video. So I figured it would be fun to bring you guys along for kind of what an average workday looks like living in a bus. I talk a lot online about what we do for work, but I figured it would be maybe a little bit interesting to you guys to see what actually goes into all of it, because sometimes it can be kind of hard to know like a day in the life of being a content creator full-time and kind of everything that goes into that other than just posting videos about things. So I just spent the last like 30 minutes, an hour reading a few chapters in bed. I've been trying to read in the morning instead of just go straight to pick up my phone, and it has actually been quite enjoyable. Who would have thought? First, I am making some coffee right now. Jean is not here and neither are the kitties, so it is just me. I have no distractions to get all my work done. But before we get into my first task of the day, which is setting up my internet and getting everything ready for this to turn into my little office, I would first like to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Bluetti. So I have talked about battery banks before. We love Bluetti products so much. They pack so much power. It's really nice, especially on like cloudy days or days when you're on the go, to have something that can charge all of your devices so you don't have to rely solely on going to cafes or making sure our batteries in our actual bus are fully charged and ready to go. Since our bus batteries power things like the fridge and the lights and the fans and the AC, that's all taking a lot of power. And so when I need to charge things like my phone, my drones, my GoPro, my laptop, my iPad, my cameras, all those little things, I love to grab for a Bluetti power bank. Now this one specifically is the hands-free one, and you might notice that it is a lot smaller, and that is because it comes with the coolest system. It actually fits into this amazing Bluetti backpack to make it the first ever battery bank system that I've ever seen that you can really take on the go. With the hands-free backpack portable power station, you're really upgrading your outdoor game. It's an innovative backpack solar power system, so you put this hands-free unit right into the backpack so you can be on the go, whether you're hiking, you're out for the day, whatever it may be, where you have a work day but you want to get outside, you can satisfully charge 5 of your devices simultaneously with over 300 watts of power. Also, this backpack is completely taking over my actual camera bag that I had before because it has so much storage and a really compact design. It's also made to be a load-bearing backpack, so it includes load-bearing belts, shoulder and chest straps, waist belts, back panel support, and waist pads for scientific pressure distribution. So that's what I always look like when I'm grabbing for a backpack for traveling and hiking. It's also super light. I can carry it with one hand, which if you know battery banks, it is not typical that I am able to even carry them. So if you want to learn more about glamping this fall with Bluetti, you can learn more and join on the website, which I will have linked below in the description box. And thank you again, Bluetti, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get some coffee and get started with our workday. I had to turn the fan on because I get so scared about propane in here, and I'm out of oat milk, so I have to go to the store. I decided I'm gonna do an iced coffee because shockingly, it's like pretty warm for the time of year. It's like we're getting close to Christmas. There is nothing I love more in this world than a glass straw. Should I put cinnamon in it? Do I have cinnamon? Oh, I have turmeric. Let's do it. Let's be crazy. It's fall. I have a meeting in 10 minutes, so I'm going to quickly change our couch from a couch into a desk so I look more professional, even though I'm still wearing my pajamas. And then I might change around because I have to do some like actual filming. Delicious. So the first thing on my work agenda, which actually works out wonderfully, is I have a meeting with our agency. So to kind of put this simply, when we started sharing videos online about like van life or bus life or our relationship or traveling with cats, like any of those things, if a brand eventually reached out to us, say like the sponsor of today's video, Blue Eddy, reached out to us, I would get an email about it, and then I would have to know how to kind of pitch myself, how much I would charge for a video, would I do a YouTube video, would I do an Instagram post, would I do a TikTok, would I do stories, all of those things. I had to kind of learn that kind of from the beginning, and that's what we did for about a year and a half in our beginning of living on the road and sharing things online. As of 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, we signed with an agency. So basically, they do all of that for us. They handle contracts and invoices, negotiation. They handle our entire email inbox, basically. And in return, we give them 20% of our income, which to some people it might sound like a lot, but they bring in probably 50% more of the deals or clients or brands. Basically, about twice a week I meet with them. We have wonderful agents, Sienna and Lindsay, and we kind of go through everything, some ideas that I have, some things that are due. They just kind of help keep me on track, organized, and also like brainstorming together. So I absolutely love it. I would say it's something that you're going to want to do a little bit later on. Not me being in an actual suburban neighborhood right now. But once things start getting a little bit more hectic, I wouldn't trade this for anything. So that's going to be an issue. Like, cars keep driving by, whatever, they're used to it. So I'm going to hop on this meeting real quick, and then we will jump into the next thing when I'm done. Hi, guys. I just had a little bit of a snack, and now let me know if you like this angle. I officially just got a new camera. I'm just waiting on my lens to come in, so soon on here we will have an actual vlog camera, which is going to be such a good change because I can't even show you guys some of the things I'm going to be recording since I have to use my phone to do them today. But next up, I have to make a list. I guess this is a good time for me to tell you where the trip is because that's what I'm doing it for. Maybe I'll wait to tell you where actually because I am going to vlog it on here. I'm doing a very big backpacking trip. If you follow us over on Instagram or TikTok, you will know where I'm going, but no one knows where I'm going first. But I have to make basically a list of brands that I'm going to be taking with me. So like the backpack I'm getting, the hiking shoes I'm getting, the shampoos that I'm using, anything like that. I'm gonna make a little list in here in Google Docs of all of those different brands, and then I'm going to send messages out, or like outreach they call it, to see if there is any possibility of partnering with any of these brands while I'm gone. Because to put it in simple terms, when I'm abroad and backpacking, I won't have any way to get mail. So if somebody wants to work with us and send us a product, we're gonna have to turn that down for the next month and a half while I'm gone, because I won't have any access to like a mailbox like I would in here, which sounds weird because this is a bus, but we can stop at like UPS stores and stuff. But while I'm there, we're basically gonna have to work with what we've got. So I'm gonna see if there's any possibility, because this is our full-time job. So going a month and a half with like no income isn't always ideal. It would be okay, but it would be really cool also to get some really great brands that I obviously already use and love. And so I'm gonna put that together right now. And this is what that looks like. Okay, so I just made a rough list and I sent it over. Oops, I made a spelling error. So I'm going to send it over in categories of like gear, clothing, my skin and hair care that I'm bringing, some tech I'm bringing, and then like services I would use. And now I'll send this over to our agency and I'll just see if they have any connections or they'll work on this in the upcoming weeks. And then hopefully we could make something work. At least one of these, there's like over 20. So I feel like for some people this sounds so boring and not like something they would want to do, but I personally really love this type of stuff, and I think it's like interesting, at least to others who might, to just see kind of like the back end of like what goes into this kind of line of work. It's like not as I think luxurious as like a lot of people might think. There's a lot of just downtime, and like this is what my work day looks like. I haven't left anywhere. I'm not in a beautiful area in the bus, but I'm still doing my dream job and I love it. Now I have to make my bed because we did all our laundry and I'm just being so lazy and I don't feel like making it. Living in a bus is essentially just moving things back and forth time and time again. So that's what I'll be doing. Okay, we have completed the task, the dreaded task of putting a duvet cover on. I went with the like burnt orange. I think it's nice. It's nice in fall, matches like these throws, which have seen better days. And I just like it. Makes it a little bit warmer in here now that summer is done. All right, it is now time for me to begin editing, which is boring. So I am going to open up and import a lot from this YouTube video and then for another reel, so like an Instagram thing that I have due, and I'm going to edit for a few hours. Probably my least favorite part of my job, if I'm being honest. That and writing captions. Sometimes captions, not my strong suit. I'm going to edit for a few hours and then I will catch back up with you when I finish up with that and I start making dinner, because I'm very excited for the dinner I have tonight.
One eternity later.
It is a few hours later, as you can tell. The only thing that has changed in my life is that I had to change my sweater because I spilled coffee all over my crew neck. I am finishing up editing one video for tonight. I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I'm working with. I figured I'd save you some boredom, but I'm just working on a YouTube video in Lightroom I use. I really like, or not Lightroom, oh my god, I'm going insane. I use Premiere Pro to do all of my long form, and then I use like InShot and CapCut to do my short form. So I just finished this up. I have to send in this clip because there's a sponsor in this video, so I have to get that approved by the brand before I can take this entire video live. And then I have a few more things on my to-do list. Like I have to edit a reel and a TikTok for tomorrow. I got one posted that isn't sponsored or anything. Basically, what I try and do is if I have a bunch of sponsored posts to do, I also like to have a lot of non-sponsored posts, just so people don't feel like they're just watching commercials all the time. I feel like that's how I like to always kind of even it out. So it's a lot of right now just filming and editing. It's not always this busy. Sometimes I'll have weeks where it's super slow, and that's when we're able to really like take the bus out and do more hikes. But for the most part, if it's really busy, I'm inside just like you would be at like a 9 to 5 at your desk because you have deadlines. But anyway, now I'm going to light up a candle. I'm going to heat up my dinner. I made this amazing dinner last night and I'm so excited that I have leftovers. Since Gene isn't here, I have leftovers finally, which never is the case. So I'm gonna save my work, log out of this, put up my window covers so people in this neighborhood do not see me eating my dinner, and light a candle and eat. Let's go. So excited. So this is actually a company that we worked with over on Instagram and TikTok, but I filmed a recipe video and now I have the leftovers for it. That's what I have to edit, but I'll save it for tomorrow. Look at what I'm working with here. This is a vegan chicken piccata. So I have linguine, lemon, capers. I have a Gardein chicken breast that I breaded, and then some asparagus and this really good lemon butter sauce. I am so excited. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven while I turn on a show and get in bed a little bit maybe, and I'm so excited right now. is ready. I could not be more excited. I just turned on Eat, Pray, Love, which I'm about to watch while I eat to get me all ready for my trip. I feel like I'm having my Eat, Pray, Love trip, minus the love because I have my gene. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along with me on this work day. I would have been a lot more bored without you guys. So that is like a little look. I didn't have to like go out and shoot anything or anything like that today. So if you guys would be curious about a part 2 or just more vlogs like this where I take you through the mundane work days, some different things that I do, let me know in the comments. Also give me any other video ideas you want to see, and if you want me to vlog my backpacking travels, which should be an interesting ride. But I am going to turn off the camera for the night. I really cannot wait to dive into this meal and this movie. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.